Greetings.
We ain't calling no fouls. Nope.
Greetings.
We playing till the clock runs all the way out. That's right. I mean, that's how I am. Let's do it.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
Wipe your nose, wipe your feet. Big boss like the
Greetings.
Luxury with the meat. Hit it on the kitchen sink. No guts, no glory. I'm the realest, true story. Toast the iron and the green. Think I'm going golfing. Call me Saturn with the rings. Call me chef, I got the beans. Keep it flying off the shelf. No, I got them teams. If you wanna talk,
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
this will kill my vibe. Yeah, break you vibe. I'm flying so high, I don't even need no wings. I'm higher than the sky.
Greetings, ladies and
I'm higher than a
gentlemen.
sunbeam. Authentic, that's me. Get the money and the tree.
Great morning.
4 seasons, that's me. Nope, they won't leave. Taking photos for the Grammys. Touchdown Miami. Get the bag from the fannies. That's called a double whammy.
Greetings, ladies
New
and
chain
gentlemen.
with the whip. New whip with the stick. And they both like to kick. And she looks so thick. Looks so good we say oh my. Everything I say's a hook. Boom.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Major look. Look so good we say oh my. Everything I say's a hook. Boo. Major look. Boo. Major look. Yeah. Big plate for me. Chop the work, Bruce Lee. Fully loaded, that's me. Blow the whistle, referee. All designer on fleek. One of these to how you geek. 2 of these, now she sleep. I ain't arguing for free. Big boss, call me Z. Rub me like a genie. Bust out like a genie. All my haters wanna be me. Now she wanna relax and watch some HGTV. Tap in when I speak.
Let's go.
Millions listen to me. Thunder and lightning now. I got it crashing down. Keep it ice like tea.
Yeah, he violated that gang order, didn't he? Let's go. All right.
Big drip, big D. Keep it clean, big C.
Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Showtime. Let's go.
Clear eyes by Z.
It is showtime. Let's go. We're going to have an abbreviated show, ladies and gentlemen. Zeus has other things to do this bright and early on a Thursday morning. You know what we came to do.
It's like a curse.
All right, get your coffee out, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like deja vu.
It really is. Let's go.
It's deja vu when I'm riding with the rest. I'm like the German.
Right, which victim card will he play? All right, Venus, good morning.
First class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at my grass. Cars in the garage, the tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw.
I won't finish last.
Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it.
This is how it's supposed to happen when you're rich and famous.
The algorithm turned to a maniac.
Yeah. Good morning, heaven. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we came to do. There you go.
Yes. It was radical.
Here we go.
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
It's like deja
Of course
vu.
they'll say those things.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. You know what we came to do. All right, Dark IT Lady. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are once again back in the Thunderdome to address, I guess, the biggest elephant in the room. But before we get started, let's take care of some housekeeping items. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. The first H stands for honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. Hands down, there's nobody more honest than me. You might as well just pretend like my hand is sitting on a stack of Bibles during this whole show, okay? Because that's how honest I am, all right? The second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I'm humble. There's nobody more humble than me. Listen, if I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize. But here's the thing. Just because your feelings are hurt, it does not mean I owe you an apology. And I'll go one step further. No one on this app should be walking around trying to make Zeus apologize for anything, especially if I haven't done anything. The best you could do is just say, Zeus, this is how you made me feel, and I will consider, but if I were wrong, ladies and gentlemen, I would definitely be the first in line to issue a public apology, all right? Because that's what's important, right? Sometimes people think apologizing means it's a sign of weakness. Actually, I think it's a sign of strength, to be quite honest. When you're wrong, right? All right, and then the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am and will always remain, what? The most handsome. Oh, cut it out. Cut it out. I don't allow Trump supporters to be victims on this platform. Trump supporters, after all of the harassing and the abuse that you've done and you've put this country through, this is the platform you need to come to in order to get your soul right, to get your mind right, to get your body right. All right. So please understand that when you come in here and you want to sit here and try to talk to Zeus and complain, I'm going to really push back on you because the burden is really on all of you at this point to actually produce the facts and the information to support your position. Now, many of you are familiar with what we do over here on this side of town, on this side of TikTok. What we do is very, very special. We hold our friends on the right, especially their cult leader, Donald J. Trump, accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes, right? And believe you me, when it comes to dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds and crimes, isn't it fair to say that the Republican Party in particular, MAGA, they have a monopoly on it, right? They do. So listen up. If you are lactose intolerant, greetings, RC Dub. If you're lactose intolerant, right, that means you're allergic to the facts. That means when facts, data, and statistics are shared out, you all of a sudden start to clutch, they say clutch your pearls. That's a good way of looking at it, right? You get yourself all spent up in a tizzy or something like that. If you are lactose intolerant, like my good friend, Brother Swervin once said, you might want to leave this live and go on about your miserable day, your miserable mornings, because it's going to be very, very uncomfortable in here. We go through the truth like you've never seen it before. Am I right, Will? You go hang out with those fake TikTok hosts. You know who they are? Those like Snuggles, right?
Struggle bubbles, struggle pancakes, struggle honey buns, struggle in the weight. Yeah, he's a struggler.
Right, Wakanda, Don Snorleone. You go hang out with those Snuggles content creators. These are fake TikTok hosts. You go hang out with those Russian bears. You know who they are. They're obsessed with Zeus. They got Zeus derangement syndrome. You go hang out with those fake content creators. These folks make sick videos like Retribution and Conservative Democrat. You go hang out with them and live in their world of delusion and lies. All right. But don't you dare come over here because we'll deal with you accordingly. All right. But get this. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Yeah. Thank you, Attacking. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we're in day 3 of Donald J. Trump having to go actually be held accountable for his life of crime. This is not all the crimes that Donald Trump has committed, but definitely it's one of the most important crimes to prosecute a former president for, right? This is the, they call it the hush money case, but this is, good morning, Ann. They call it the hush money case, but I'm going to say this is the case that involves real election interference. That every time I think about it, right? Those 4 years when Donald Trump was president, right? When he was mismanaging this country like he manages his businesses, right? He bankrupted America. If you want to be real clear, this is how I feel about Donald Trump. He literally bankrupted this country. He sent our national debt through the roof, right? He allowed our adversaries to have their way with us. I mean, seriously, this guy was sending love letters to Kim Jong-un when really it should have been Hillary Clinton. She should have been the president. But this guy, with his fixer Michael Cohen, who has rehabilitated himself and is now spilling the beans, this guy single-handedly engaged in election interference. And he hid some dirt on himself from the American people. And now this knucklehead is sitting in the state of New York in a courtroom falling asleep. This is sickening stuff. And guess what? I was listening to interview after interview with his supporters, you know, the ones that have the MAGA demon. And these folks, ladies and gentlemen, they are still saying they will vote for Donald Trump even if he's convicted. So if it comes back that a jury of his peers, you know, regular people in the state of New York, they're sitting on the jury and they look at the evidence, and the evidence, which is the evidence isn't political, right? The evidence is what it is. It's facts. If these Americans look at the evidence and they conclude that based on the prosecution bringing it forth in the courtroom, based on the Donald Trump's criminal defense team trying to, you know, downplay it or defend their client, and at the end of the day, the jury decides to convict him for these crimes, his supporters said it doesn't matter. They will still vote for him. Look at how far we've came as a nation. This is not what George Washington had in mind. This is not what our founding fathers had in mind when this country was founded. But they said they'll still vote for him. This is why I call them traitors. Okay, let's go to the January 6th case, the one with Jack Smith. Another example of election interference. Hey, if Jack Smith brings the evidence, right? Jack Smith isn't part of the left or right. He's pretty independent, if you ask me. And a lot of you should know that. And the jury convicts Donald Trump there. Would you still vote for him? Yes, I'll still vote for him. What? Wow. What about the classified documents, right? Literally, this man is selling our national secrets to our adversaries. Because they're the only ones that want them, not our allies. Our allies don't need it. He's literally keeping classified information for who? Our adversaries. So he's selling it, and we caught him doing it and committing obstruction of justice. Would you still vote for him if a jury of his peers, regular Americans, looked at the evidence and the evidence says he's guilty? Would you still vote for him? Yes. Wow. My, oh my, how this country has ended up in quite the pickle. And you know what's even worse? These folks that say they'll vote for this criminal, they call themselves Christians, ladies and gentlemen. They call themselves Christians.
Hold on. You poke the bear.
You hear that?
Hold on. You poke the bear. You poke the bear. You're gonna get the bear.
Keep that bear. You keep that bear to yourself, you MAGA demon. Ladies and gentlemen, this country right now is currently dealing with one of the greatest threats this country has ever had to deal with outside of the initial threat of Great Britain when we had to fight for our independence. We have traitors in the midst doing irreversible harm to this country. You see what they're doing? They're trying to take us back to 1864. You know what they're doing to the women in this country, trying to, you know, subjugate them and make them property once again. And you know, if they do that to the women, to those blacks for Trumps, to those Latins for Trump, you need to look up your American history and understand if they're going to do that to women, what do you think they're going to do to your special behind? Huh? See, this is why I get out here every morning and remind the American people, especially those of you who continue to be in your emotions about Joe Biden. Have you not understood this country's history and thought long and hard about what could potentially happen in the event this con artist gets his hands on those levers of powers? Listen, I agree there are some other issues that need to be addressed. But the most pressing issue in this country, ladies and gentlemen, is the threat to our democracy by no one other than Donald J. Trump and his legion of MAGA demons. And so listen up. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I need you all to help me out with this. Join me in giving Donald Trump and his legion of MAGA demons what they deserve. Our first honorable round of boos and shame. Get him out of here. All right, let's move it along. Listen, this is going to be a bit of an abbreviated show because I do got to get out of here earlier than normal, but I will try to make it more about you and less about me. All right, so please bear with me. Legal expert Norm Eisen lays out the sentence Trump could face if he is convicted in Manhattan. So far, like I said, today's the day 3 of Trump having to go to court. And yes, they are still in jury selection mode. All right. So far, 7 jurors have been selected in former President Donald Trump's hush money falsifying business records trial. And Justice Juan Merchan has indicated that opening arguments could start as soon as Monday, April 22nd. Trump's critics, ranging from conservative attorney George Conway to Michael Cohen, believe that Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg has a very, very, very strong case against the presumptive 2024 GOP presidential nominee. But it remains to be seen what the jurors will ultimately decide. But get this, in an op-ed published by the New York Times on April 18th, attorney/author Norm Eisen examines the type of sentence Trump could receive if he is convicted on any of the 34 charges he is facing in Bragg's case, and how complicated things could get if Trump is convicted yet defeats President Joe Biden in November. Quote, a review of thousands of cases in New York that charged the same felony suggests something striking. If Mr. Trump is found guilty, incarceration is an actual possibility, right? We all would love to see Donald Trump behind bars. It's not certain, of course, but it is possible. Jury selection has begun, and it is not too soon to talk about what the possibility of a sentence, including a jail sentence, would look like for Mr. Trump, for the election, and for the country, including what would happen if he is reelected. Eisen stresses that although Bragg's office is prosecuting the first criminal trial of a former president in American history, other cases in New York involving falsifying business records merit examination. To be sure, for a typical first-time offender charged only with run-of-the-mill business records falsification, a jail sentence would be unlikely, right? If this is your first time doing it and you know, this is your first offense and all you did was falsify some business records, hey, you know what? Give them a slap on the wrist. Maybe give them a little probation. That's all right. That's what you would do. All right. But on the other hand, Mr. Trump is being prosecuted for 34 counts of conduct that might have changed the course of American history. You get this, MAGA? This is why folks want to see him in prison. Because Hillary Clinton should have been the president if he didn't do this, right? Prosecuted for 34 counts of conduct that might have changed the course of American history. Mr. Bragg alleges that Mr. Trump concealed critical information from voters, paying hush money to suppress an extramarital relationship that could have harmed his campaign. If proved, that could be seen not just as, you know, bad judgment, a lapse in judgment, right? It won't be seen as just a little lapse in judgment, but also, as Justice Juan Merchan has described it, as an attempt to unlawfully influence the 2016 presidential election. If Trump is found guilty, Merchan has a variety of sentencing options that include prison, right? Now, you can go look further into this, but I think what this illustrates is this is how serious this is to a lot of us right here in this country. We have to deter anybody else who thinks of doing something like this. This is why Donald Trump needs to go to prison, right? And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I need you all to help me get Donald Trump to prison by giving him another round of boos and shame. Yeah. We're gonna help Donald Trump get those boos and shame. People ask me, why do I do the boos and the shame on my show? Why do you always do that, Zeus? And I said, you know, this is our way of holding MAGA accountable, because when you look at these folks, stuff that they should be embarrassed about, ashamed of doing, they're not. These folks do this kind of stuff and they're proud of it. I've never seen people so proud to be ignorant and wrong and evil and traitors. But this is what MAGA is. They're proud. They're so proud to be on the wrong side of history. It's the most bizarre thing. So that's why we give them booze and shame, ladies and gentlemen, all right, to help them understand they're wrong. All right, get ready. Ex-White House lawyer expects Judge Juan Merchan to smack Donald Trump down. And you know exactly what this is about, all right? Jim Schultz, a former Trump White House lawyer, said that he expects Judge Juan Merchan to find that former President Donald Trump violated his gag order by promoting conspiratorial claims about jurors in his hush money case. Why is he doing this? Why is he going after the jurors? See, this is some sick and twisted stuff. This man really believes he's above the law, and he doesn't care that he's putting regular Americans' lives at risk while doing this, all right? Appearing on CNN, Schultz was asked about Trump promoting baseless claims leveled by a Fox News host that some jurors were, quote, lying about their feelings about Trump so that they could sneak onto the jury and convict him no matter the evidence. He's referencing the jurors. He's pushing out something someone else said. Yes, the bottom line is, quote, the gag order applies to him, said Schultz. So I think the judge is going to see this as a violation of the gag order. He then outlined what he believed would happen next. Get ready, he said. They're going to continue and continue and continue. Sure, the judge can fine him and admonish him. He can do a lot of things in the courtroom. He's not going to throw him in jail. His trial's still going to continue, and you're still going to hear from Donald Trump on Truth Social. This is, ladies and gentlemen, the most egregious violation of justice in our lifetime. If it were any of us, we all know what would be happening. We would be sitting in jail at record speed. But because this is Donald Trump, this is the leader of the MAGA cult. This is the ultimate MAGA cult leader. This is the guy siding with Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un and President Xi. We, the American people, must continue to suffer as a result of this man and his evil rhetoric. You know what? Judge Juan Merchan, do your best. Please, listen to Zeus. Put this knucklehead in prison, at least for a day. Put him in there for 24 hours. Let him cool off. Take away his cell phone so he can't post anything else. Do something. And please let those jurors do their job so that we can get to the bottom of whether or not this guy is really guilty, right? And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to all help me out with it. Once again, join me in giving Donald Trump, for violating that gag order and going after those jurors, what he deserves. Another round of booze and shame. Listen, I see it out there. I see there's some dissension in my comment section. You know, you got these Trump supporters in my live, and they're always crying. Maybe you didn't hear me at the top of the show, you MAGA demons.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Trey Landry. You see this comment right here with this MAGA demon? Y'all hating on Trump makes me want to vote for him even more. Well, listen, Trey. I hate... Since you're on that type of time this morning, I wasn't even going to go here. But Trey, since you're on that type of time this morning, listen to me. I hate bank robbers. You hear that, Trey? So guess what? I'm assuming that makes you want to go rob a bank even more. Right, Trey? So get on out there and do it. Do your job, Trey, and I'll see you on the news. That was the... Trey, that was the most ridiculous logic I've heard all day. Seriously. What are you, 4 years old? You know there's an age requirement to be on this platform. You talking about Trump makes me want to vote for him more. Okay, well, let's use that logic, Trey. Like I said, I hate bank robbers. So go out there and rob one if that's what you're into. I wouldn't do it, but that's how your mind works. And that should tell you something's wrong with you, Trey. You know, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, Trey. And I hope you're out there listening exactly word for word to the things that I'm saying, all right? It seems funny to you what I'm saying, especially to you and your little friends out there. It seems very, very funny to you. But tell me exactly, Trey, what's funny right now about Donald Trump sitting in a courtroom in the state of New York fighting for his freedom, fighting for his life? You find that funny too, Trey? Because that's how he got there. Folks like you who refuse to hold him accountable, you never did. So guess what? He went a little further. Then the next day he went a little further. And he went as far as he could, Trey. Right? Until he ended up in a courtroom. And now look at him. You're broke because he has your money. And he's fighting for his life, Trey. That kind of logic doesn't work. Do you tell your kids that? Or you have relatives? Do you tell them that kind of stuff? It makes you want to do wrong even more when people call you out about it. I hope you're not a Christian, Trey. How does he have your money? You know you bought that stock, Trey. You know you bought those Trump bucks, Trey. You know you're on his email list. He's emailing you every day, Trey. You know exactly how Donald Trump got your money. He definitely has your mind, Trey. He had you out there in Washington, D.C. on January 6th, Trey. Trey, do me a favor. Don't say another word and just listen to this special broadcast. You don't know anything. You're just as ridiculous as your cult leader on this app, Snuggles. Did you know? I know you went to Snuggles University, Trey. But get this. Snuggles got his degree from Trump University. You didn't know that part, huh? But I just told you that. Snuggles got his degree from Trump University. Trey, you're not that intelligent. Sorry to burst your bubble this morning, but you're not that intelligent, champ. All right, now listen up, Trey. I got some more news for you. Complaints ask the FBI to probe Trump claims on a $50 million loan. Trey, listen up. This is some real information. All right. A watchdog group is asking the Justice Department to investigate whether Donald Trump repeatedly lied in sworn statements to the federal government, including his own administration, about a $50 million loan that apparently never existed in the first place and which could be evidence of tax evasion. Trey, listen up, Trey. The criminal complaint filed on Thursday by watchdog Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington and first obtained by the Daily Beast asked the FBI and the Justice Department's Public Integrity Unit to probe whether Trump knowingly and willfully lied about the mystery loan on his personal financial disclosures. Trump has filed 9 of those annual statements with the Federal Elections Commission and the Office of Government Ethics over the years, personally swearing to their accuracy, which could expose him to, once again, criminal liability if the claims are found to have been intentionally false. The complaint comes after the Daily Beast first reported in January that the court-appointed special monitor in Trump's New York business fraud case has buried a bombshell claim in the footnote to a status report. Quote, a mysterious $50 million loan, which Trump reported owing to one of his own LLCs that never existed. Legal experts previously told the Daily Beast that the revelation suggests that the arrangement may have allowed Trump to evade taxes on tens of millions of dollars of income. Trey, listen to me. This is more evidence that Donald Trump is a criminal. It's never ending. This is part of the reason why he's sitting in New York right now. Do you really think Donald Trump is a good businessman, Trey? After hearing all of this, let me answer that question for you, Trey. No, he's not. He's a con man, con artist, at least based off of the information that I keep seeing. I'm like, what is an example of a successful business Donald Trump has ran, MAGA? And you know what? You don't have any answer. I wish my good friend MJ would come back. You know, I was talking to MJ. MJ, if you're out there, champ, I want to talk to you again because guess what? Here we go again, right? So for those of you who continue to say, wouldn't it be nice if Donald Trump ran this country like a business? Here we go again. The answer is H, no. I wish I would keep it. I got to keep it clean. Heck no. Heck no. I don't ever want to see a criminal in the White House like this in my life. And I think the overwhelming majority of the American people don't either. So, Trey, this one's for you, big baby. Let's give Donald Trump another round of booze and shame. If there's a Trump supporter out there that believes Joe Biden is the real criminal in the White House, I would love to have a conversation with you when I open up these boxes, all right? And please, come with the evidence. I dare you to, okay? And if it's all those talking points that little friend of yours, Snuggle, in the audience has been telling me, I don't want to hear them. Trust me, I know every little Biden conspiracy theory that your little MAGA minds can conjure up. And I've debunked every single one of them. Not just me, all of my friends on this app. I'm going to ask my friends, to my friends out there in the audience, right? Fellow Democrats or real independents, real Republicans. Would you all love to see the evidence of President Biden's crimes? Wouldn't we all like to see that? Wouldn't we all love to see evidence of President Biden's crimes? I'm just asking. Look at that, MAGA. You see that, MAGA? So it's not like we just want to put our heads in the sand and deny it. We've been waiting. Please, look at that. I see Shay. Look at even Biden 2024. That's President Biden. Even Joe Biden wants to see the evidence. So I will personally... And I will be kind when you come in the box. I won't even go straight in. I'll just sit there and go, yes, like we're in a class. Go up there and show us the evidence of these crimes. And if you produce the evidence, I promise you, as good as my name is Triple H, I send a guest request, Snuggles. So, or no, you can't, huh? Someone, Snuggles, I can't unmute you. Can someone unmute Snuggles? I will kindly open up this box and listen to you. And if you have the evidence that Biden is a criminal, I will issue a public apology right here today. Because I'm Triple H, right? You know the second H means humble. I have no problem doing it, all right? But in the meantime, and in between time, I'm going to need you to zip it. Seriously, zip it. Speaking of zipping it, let's move on to another topic, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, I know I got to cruise through these topics. It's a little faster, all right? Let's see where we are, all right? Here we go. Jasmine Crockett, God bless her. She exposes the GOP's Ukraine misinformation in under 2 minutes. You probably heard this yesterday, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in the history books in the kingdom, all right? Let's go. Let's listen to what Jasmine Crockett has to say once again, because see, we got to tell these folks who the real criminals are out here, who the real hypocrites and the liars are. Here we go.
Talk about rhetoric. Something else that was appalling to me was this insinuation that when you look at the Ukrainians, which is why we're having problems getting the funding that Ukraine needs, is because people in this chamber push misinformation and disinformation. They want to talk about the Ukrainians got all of these Nazis. Well, let me tell you something. You can find Nazis anywhere. You can find them right here in the United States. In fact, a bunch of the people that they're calling victims and prisoners of war, also known as convicted felons from January 6th. I have an article that I'd like to enter into the record by unanimous consent that says neo-Nazi January 6th rioter pleads guilty.
Without objection.
Thank you so much. So here's the point. We have people in this chamber that are actually causing just as much a threat, if not more of a threat, to our own country. We should be talking about holding our very own accountable for the misinformation and disinformation that they are spreading, whether it's coming out of China, whether it's coming out of Russia, or whoever is peddling it. It is a problem, because right now what we see is that people are dying, and we cannot get the support that we need from the public because they continue to peddle lies. And I'm tired of it, because I didn't come to this chamber to play games. I came to this chamber to answer to the people, the American people, and to make sure that we keep the American people safe. And if we don't get something done, as they talk about the border, I do want to be clear, the only reason we haven't gotten funding for the border is because they killed, the House Republicans here, killed the bill that they actually sent us from the Senate side. If they want to do some work, let me tell you something. The Democrats are ready, and it seems like the Senate Republicans are ready too. They just need to get to it and stop peddling Putin's lies. Thank you, and I yield.
Thank you, Jasmine Crockett. You know, I'll say this. This is a sign that it's not all bad in Congress. I do understand that on both sides of the aisle, there are people there that genuinely are trying to actually provide solutions to the American people. It just so happens the bulk of these folks are on the Democrat side right now. But then you got these others like Matt Gaetz, Jim Jordan, James Comer, and Marjorie Seditionist Treasonous Traitor Green, who are hell-bent on sowing seeds of evil and discord just to confuse the American people and to get them to lose faith in government. And Marjorie, ladies and gentlemen, if you really are listening, gets her talking points from Russia, Vladimir Putin, and the Kremlin. So to all of you who continue to come onto my platform and doubt what's going on and doubt whether or not the country's heading on the right track. Oh, I don't trust government. You know, that's what some of them say. They also say, I don't like the two-tier. I don't like having not two tiers, but two parties. I don't like the two-party system. Those are Russian talking points. And you are blindly repeating them. I get it. You're probably hanging out on Facebook all day. You've probably put yourself in a nasty echo chamber here on TikTok or X, wherever you get your news from. And now you are starting to actually repeat the things Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin have been putting out there for years. It's the same recycled, rinse and repeat routine. All they're doing is using new victims like you. So guess what we got to do, ladies and gentlemen? Because the truth is out there. Where's the dirt on Joe Biden? Well, it's coming. Well, we've heard from Bubalinsky. We've heard from Lev Parnas. We've heard from Rudy Giuliani. We've heard from Jim Jordan. And none of them have the evidence. But yet you folks still are holding out hope. Y'all sitting back waiting for evidence on Joe Biden like a bunch of kids waiting on Santa Claus to come down the chimney. I'll give kids a pass because, you know, they got an imagination. They should be able to think like that and enjoy that. But for you MAGA demons, zero forgiveness. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving the MAGA demons what they deserve, because they still are holding on to this dream that somehow there's dirt on Joe Biden. All right. And it's never, ever going to happen. And they still believe it like a bunch of knuckleheads. Let's give them some boos and shame. Thank you, Jasmine Crockett. All right, I got to get to these boxes. I got to get to the boxes. Right? But before we open up the boxes, I just want to make sure we touch on this. This is a great opinion piece, and I want to say this once again to all of those who think Donald Trump is a great businessman. All right? Especially you, Clickbait. I see you in here. You should change your name back to Clickbait, because that name you got right now, champ, it's not really working for you, because you know how they did Jesus, right? Clickbait, you know how they did Jesus, right? I'm just saying you might want to change your name, because you ain't even the real Jesus. So you know it's going to be a lot worse for you. All right. From really, really rich to begging. inside Trump's U-turn on one of his first campaign lies. Let's go. Let's go. During his 2016 campaign, Donald Trump talked a big game about he was really, really rich. All right. He was a rich man who would be self-funding his first presidential run. I don't need anybody's money, Trump said June 6 of 2015 campaign announcement speech, and again in August of 2015 in an interview in Iowa. I'm not using the lobbyists, Trump continued in his first announcement speech. Quote, I really won't be asking for money myself. I'll be asking money for the party, Trump said in an interview on MSNBC Morning Joe on May 4th, 2016. Quote, I don't lie. I'm self-funding my campaign. I tell the truth. It's my money, declared Donald Trump, February 19th, 2016 interview with Fox News. But it turns out, Trey, are you still there, Trey? This is the part I wanted you to listen to, Trey. It turns out Trump did lie about the self-funding of his 2016 campaign, at least partially. While he put up $66 million cash of his own, he ended up raising $339 million from donors in his 2016 campaign, with at least $11 million coming back to Trump-owned industries through campaign payments. In 2020, he didn't contribute at all to his re-election campaign and courted more than 100 billionaires for mega donations. These are some of the exact people he tweeted, quote, cannot influence Trump and would turn one of his opponents into a perfect little puppet. The hypocrisy, right? The same person that's telling you, I wouldn't take a dime from these people. I'm self-made. But those folks, they would take money from those people. Well, it turns out he was lying. He took a dime. He took a lot of money from those people. He took in millions from them. All right. And get this. He was allowing himself to be bought. All right. On his third presidential run, Trump's fundraising tune has drastically changed from braggadocious in 2016 to desperate in 2024. He's desperate. All right. Just this week, Trump's joint fundraising committee sent numerous emails signed by the former president asking donors to express their love for him through their donations. Look at that right there. That's a great example. You know how this goes, ladies and gentlemen, right? You all, you Trump supporters, you got it.
I am very humbly asking if you could chip in $5, $10, or even $25. I know that times could be tough, and they are tough under this horrible president that we have, crooked Joe Biden. So if you can't contribute now, don't even think about it. Don't do it. You got to take care of your family and yourself. I want you to do that first. But with your donation today, we will win back the White House. We will make America great again, greater than ever before. I promise you that. Thank you.
All the emails directed potential donors to Trump's wine red page with a rapidly scrolling banner of all the, quote, MAGA patriots who contributed to his campaign. Pre-selected donation amounts range from $20 up to $47 up to $3,300. Trey, are you still here? You asked me, how did Trump have your money? I'm showing you how. Trey, and anybody else that's confused about how your money is ending up in Donald Trump's hands. Where do you think the money was going, Trey? When you click on that whatever button and you put your credit card information in, Trey, that's you giving Trump your money. I hope that's what you understand is happening. Because I would hate, Trey, for you to be going through that process and not understanding that when you do that, that takes the money out of your account. Do you not know how technology works, Trey? You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I don't got time to explain this to these simple-minded individuals. So guess what we're going to do? First of all, let's just point out the hypocrisy, right? This is the same guy that said, I'd never take a dime, all right? And then, we got him on Twitter. I wish good luck to all of the Republican candidates that traveled to California to beg for money from the Koch brothers. Puppets. This is the same guy that talks like this. The whole super PAC scam is unfair to a person like me who has disavowed all PACs and is self-funding. This is how he talks. Sheldon Adelson is looking to give big dollars to Rubio because he feels he can mold him into his perfect little puppet. I agree. Look at him. He's bragging. He's bragging, ladies and gentlemen, saying, I don't need to take that money. I'm self-made. I'm rich. I'm the richest of the rich. And then you hear him talking. And then you hear him saying this, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my goodness. And now on that note, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we must do. Because his supporters continue to ignore the elephant in the room. All right? And you know exactly what the elephant in the room is. It's Donald Trump and his legion of MAGA demons.
I am very humbly asking if you could chip in $5, $10, or even $25. I know that times could be tough, and they are tough under this horrible president.
Yeah. The only thing I agree is times are tough under Joe Biden for Donald Trump and his legion of MAGA demons. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving them once again another round of boos and shame. All right, let's get ready to open up those boxes. But before we do, you know exactly what we must discuss. January 6th, all right? This is the bread and butter of the show, all right? And then we're going to open up those boxes. Many of you understand where I stand on this January 6th thing. It's already been put in the history books, in the state of Colorado especially, that Donald Trump participated and engaged in an insurrection. So that's non-debatable. And I'm surprised they let him on the ballot, but you know what? Leave him on the ballot so he can take another L, right? So I'm going to tell you all what really happened on January 6th because MAGA doesn't like this story, but I'm going to continue to tell this story because it's very important that the American people know it. Donald Trump, during the 2020 election, he knew that he was going to lose because, number one, he was just a terrible president, right? He was just a terrible president. But during the pandemic, right, he lied to the American people. Millions of Americans' lives were at risk. And Donald Trump knew that with that going on and the way the economy was tanking, he knew he wasn't going to beat President Joe Biden. So what did he do? He decided to put a little plan into motion that would allow him to stay in power. At least he thought. So if you remember, he planted a seed in the mind of his supporters.
It's a rigged election. It's the only way we're going to lose.
That's the seed he planted in the mind of his supporters. So guess what happened? Well, the election happened and the results came, and it wasn't Donald Trump who was the winner. It was President-elect Joe Biden, right? And so instead of coming out that night, and conceding and saying, President Biden, congratulations, you ran a great campaign, and I'll help you transition into being the president. Donald Trump came out and he watered that seed that he had planted in the minds of his supporters.
We had such a big night. You just take a look at all of these states that we've won tonight, and then you take a look at the kind of margins that we've won them by. And all of a sudden, it's not like we're up 12 votes and we have 60% left. We won states, and all of a sudden, I said, what happened to the election? It's off. And we have all these announcers saying, what happened? And then they said, oh, because you know what happened? They knew they couldn't win, so they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard they were going to send out tens of millions of ballots. I said exactly, because either they were going to win, or if they didn't win, they'll take us to court. So Florida was a tremendous victory.
Right? Did he concede right there? No. He put water on that seed of doubt. Then he went further and he put fertilizer on it.
76,000 votes with almost nothing left. And all of a sudden everything just stopped. This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
And that right there is the moment that his supporters went from being normal American citizens to becoming a radicalized group of Confederate 2.0 soldiers. And yes, Donald Trump assumed the role of the modern day Jefferson Davis. He convinced all of his supporters that day that the election was stolen. And so guess what's next? Time to move on with phase 2. What is phase 2, you ask? I'll tell you what phase 2 is. All right, just hang in there. This is phase 2.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
That was phase 2. Fake elector scheme. Got my supporters now to be my soldiers. So now that those things are set in motion, guess what he decides to do? Attention! This is Donald Trump acting like the modern day Jefferson Davis. Attention, all Trump supporters. You are now my Confederate soldiers. And I am very angry that I lost to President-elect Joe Biden. So what I need you all to do is to sell everything that you have, send the proceeds to me, and then I need you all to meet me at an event that I am hosting called Stop the Steal. Can you repeat it after me? Stop the Steal. This is an event I am hosting, not Nancy Pelosi. All right, not Nikki Haley. No, not BLM, not Antifa, none of those groups. This is an event I'm 110% behind and backing. Meet me in Washington, D.C. Be there. It's going to be wild. And his supporters, they leapt at that opportunity to meet up with the modern day Jefferson Davis. This is our president. We're going to do it. So what did they do? You remember it. They all got in the back of those U-Hauls. You know, they were wearing their khaki pants. You remember those khaki pants? They put on those masks, even though it was during the pandemic. During the pandemic, hey, put that mask on, because we don't want you to spread your nasty little viruses around. Oh, no, you can't make me wear a mask. It's my right. I can't breathe if you make me wear that thing. But when Donald Trump said, get your special behinds in the back of those U-Hauls and meet him in Washington, D.C., you had no problem putting on those masks. You bunch of liars. So you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Boogaloo Boys, the Patriot Front, the Proud Boys. The one he told to stand back and stand by. Now it's time to go to war for Donald Trump. This is some weird stuff, but this is how it really happened. So they all get to Washington, D.C. You all remember it's January 6th. And, while they were in D.C., they received an update from one of their lieutenants. You know who they are. Lieutenant Marjorie Trader Green.
Everything. If we flood the Capitol building, flood all the government buildings, go inside. These are public buildings. We own them. We own these buildings. Do you understand that? We own the buildings and we pay all the people that work in the building.
You hear that? So they're riled up. They know exactly what to do. So let's go to the White House. What's happening? Well, Donald Trump is, in the White House, and he knows that those sea of red hats are waiting for him at the ellipse. He knows that fake elector scheme has been put into motion. So he moseys on over to see his vice president, Mike Pence. Hey, Pence, I'm going to need you to do what we told you to do. Not certify those votes for Joe Biden. Don't you dare do it. And you know what Pence did? He grew a little spine that day, and he said, well, Mr. President, I really can't do that for you, because if I were to do that, that means I would be placing you above the Constitution. And as far as I understand, that's not what George Washington and Jefferson Davis, not Jefferson Davis, but John Adams and all the other founding fathers, that's not what they decided to do. So I can't place you above the Constitution. And you know what Donald Trump did? He leaned in, with that hamburger breath and that Diet Coke on his breath and that orange makeup. He leaned in and looked at Mike Pence and said, you nasty P word. It's very disgusting. This is a Christian. You know what your problem is? You're a little too honest, Pence. I'll take care of this myself. And he stormed out of that room. He goes to his Secret Service. Take me to go meet up with my soldiers. The sea of red hats, the Trumpies. Those are Trump loyalists. Sir, this is what Secret Service said to him. Sir, those folks are armed. They got weapons and chemical sprays and tactical gear. We don't think it's safe. Did you hear what I said? Take me to be with my soldiers. They're not bringing that stuff to harm me. And that's all that matters. Okay, you're the president. Secret Service, they take him to the ellipse. He gets on the stage and he looks out and he sees a sea of red hats. This is it. This is what I've been waiting for. And what did he do? He decides to encourage these folks to engage in heinous acts of violence.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here we're going to walk down to the Capitol. And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them. Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
Right. So after he gave his soldiers the order to proceed to the Capitol, you all remember what happened, right? You remember this? Didn't we hear them chanting stuff like unaliving the vice president, remember? That was him insisting, that was him with his soldiers insisting that the vice president of the United States be unalived. There was also a situation, you all remember Ashley Babbitt. You all remember Donald Trump's foot soldier, Ashley Babbitt? Well, we've got information about what she was doing leading up to January 6th. Listen up.
District. Why don't you worry about your own goddamn district and the shit that's going on there? You are a complete, I'm telling you right now, I'm putting all you on notice. Every single one of you politicians in California, Gavin Newsom, Jerry Brown, Maxine Waters, Duncan Hunter, what the hell is Kamala? Where is Kamala? Talking about ISIS like KKK. We got this Margaret Karen. You know what? We have thousands of people on the other side of the world. Your people can't get to work. Our economy is going to take an absolute tank because you guys refuse to choose America over your stupid political party. Capital and Mom, there's an estimated over 3 million people here today. So despite what the media tells you, boots on the ground definitely say something different. There is a sea of nothing but red, white, and blue patriots in Trump.
A sea of red, white, and blue patriots for Trump. That's Ashley Babbitt right there, one of Donald Trump's foot soldiers. And you all remember what happened to Ashley Babbitt, right? That was Ashley Babbitt right before she lost her life in the battlefield for Donald Trump. And you want to know what your cult leader did when he found out he lost one of his soldiers?
Some information that stands out to me is that Donald Trump was passed a note after one of the rioters was shot in the Capitol and was made clear that this person had been shot, this woman had been shot in the chest. And the valet says that he offered no reaction upon learning that. He kept sitting in the chair watching the violence unfurl on TV.
A non-reaction at the death of Ashley Babbitt.
You hear that? He didn't even care that he lost one of you. And y'all want to vote for this guy again? Beat my guess. I could care less. But this is the crime scene of January 6th, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I talk about. This is what it really was. And there was also a situation, we all remember it, where they ran into one of their own, Ray Epps. You remember Ray Epps? And they said, feds, 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 implying that Ray Epps somehow may have been part of the FBI. And it just put a question in my mind, and I haven't had a Trump supporter on the face of this earth that has been able to actually answer this question. If you really believe that Ray Epps was the feds and the FBI, why'd you break the law? You knew the DC police were there, right? You knew they were there, but you also had an inkling that perhaps the FBI was there too. Why did you continue to break the law, MAGA? That's like the worst time to do it, right? That's like you're going to go rob a bank and you see cop cars and you see FBI car and your MAGA mind says, this is the, now that I think about it, this is the best time to rob the bank. Y'all got to be some of the most special group of people on the face of this earth to actually believe that nonsense. I'll tell you why you did it. Because you lost control of your minds that day, right? You had been hijacked. Your mind had been hijacked by the MAGA demon that was installed in there by the ultimate MAGA demon, Donald Trump. You blacked out. Just admit it. And even to this day, y'all like to pretend like y'all some hostages. I guarantee you, all the criminals sitting in jail right now, they believe they're hostages too. It don't change a thing. Cut it out. So now that we're at the crime scene of January 6th, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about what happened to one of Donald Trump's soldiers. Feast your eyes on this suspect right here, this arrested individual. Real Housewives of New Jersey alum Siggy Flicker's stepson arrested in connection with the January 6th riot. Real Housewives of New Jersey alum Siggy Flicker's stepson Tyler Campanella was arrested in connection with the January 6th attack on the United States Capitol, according to court records. Campanella was arrested in New York City on Wednesday and faces 5 misdemeanor charges. According to an FBI affidavit obtained by the outlet, phone records prove that Campanella's phone was inside of the Capitol when the riots broke out in 2021. I keep trying to tell you, traitors. I really keep trying to tell you. The FBI identified this sales manager from video clips inside of the building. The FBI also found footage of Campanella inside various parts of the Capitol, including Nancy Pelosi's suite. Additional video reviewed by NBC showed a man identified as Campanella walking into the room where then Speaker's laptop was stolen. Campanella, a sales manager at a Chrysler dealership, wore a flag featuring the symbol of QAnon, a far-right American political movement, as a cape. He was wearing it as a cape. Flicker became the stepmom to Tyler after marrying his father, Michael Campanella, in 2012. The businessman also has an adult daughter from his previous relationship. Meanwhile, the former Bravo star shares 2 children, other children with her ex-husband, Mark Flicker. All right? Although the defendant was not part of the mob that attacked the Capitol, Siggy previously posted several photos from the day online and suggests that Tyler was there. Quote, "I love Patriots so much. Stay safe, Tyler. We love you," she wrote, according to the affidavit. She also added several American flag emojis and a "Stop the Steal" hashtag. Siggy, who started on Real Housewives of New Jersey from 2016 to 2018, has been an outspoken supporter of Donald Trump over the years, often posting photos alongside the former president. Let's look at her right there. Look at her. Look at her right there with Alina Habba. And isn't it a coincidence that her stepson was at the Capitol on January 6th, following Donald Trump's instructions? This is why we say MAGA is the most dangerous threat to this country. Because look at what it's doing. Tearing families apart. Because of blind loyalty to a con artist, a grifter. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Join me in giving this seditionist treasonous traitor Tyler, who's also a car salesman selling Chryslers. He must not have been good at it because he found himself at the Capitol on January 6th. Join me in giving him what he deserves, a round of booze and shame.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
And since he's been arrested, you know what we got to do? Let's send him off the old-fashioned way.
I'd like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
You know what really grinds my gears, ladies and gentlemen? You really want to know what grinds my gears? It's the fact that we have to do this kind of stuff day in and day out on TikTok, on whatever platform we have access to denounce everything that is MAGA. The lies, the corruption, the crimes, the conspiracies, the hatred. We got to do this day in and day out to save this country. Because you seditionists, treasonous traitors refuse to come up out of that cult. And I don't understand what the attraction is. You'll never ever meet this guy. Never. You have no proof that when he was president, he actually did a great job. You have no proof he's a good businessman. You have no proof he's a good husband, good father. You have zero proof of any of that. And yet you get out here on TikTok and defend this kind of stuff. All you're doing is revealing just how evil you are every time you defend this guy. And I don't get it. These folks wake up every day and listen to a clown. Thank you, Rick. You listen to a clown. You know he's a clown. Look at this. This guy wakes up every day, paints his face orange. That's makeup. That's what clowns do. Puts a bird's nest on his head. That's a wig. That's what clowns do. All right. Puts on a diaper. You know, you look at a clown, that clown is probably wearing something around the waist. Puts on that same crumpled blue suit with the red tie. Here we go. Here we go. Buckle up. He's running a circus, MAGA. Do you not see this? Donald Trump is running the biggest circus we've ever seen, and you are all part of the act. You don't get it. The rest of the world is laughing. You know how you like to say the rest of the world thinks we're a joke. No, we only think MAGA is a joke. There's nowhere else on this planet where you can get people to actually pledge allegiance to Donald Trump the way y'all do and defend this guy. Y'all put him above Jesus. Do you understand that? The red flag should have been when you saw him selling the Bible. I'm surprised that didn't make you wake up. I'm surprised that didn't make the demon wake up. But you still believe him. You believe in witch hunts. You believe in witch hunts more than you believe your eyes that are showing you all of the stuff that we're talking about. Ain't that something? Ask yourself, MAGA, when in your lifetime have you ever seen a witch? I'm talking about flying around on a broom All right, you know the little canister. What do they call that thing? The witch cooked their little cocktails in. When was the last time you've gone to the woods and seen a witch in the woods cooking up a magic potion, casting spells, and a broom in the back, doing all that stuff witches do? When was the last time you've seen that, MAGA? A cauldron? Yeah, there you go. When was the last time you've seen it? The Wizard of Oz, perhaps? That was a movie, MAGA. That ain't real life. Wake up. He's not a successful businessman. He's not good at managing this country. He didn't do a good job with the economy. He didn't manage the pandemic correctly. He's not a good husband. He's a failed businessman. He's a con artist. And that is why he's in court right now, MAGA. This is some sick stuff y'all have gotten yourself into. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, that concludes my monologue. Let's open up those boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and to tell the truth. And like I said, the offer still stands. If anyone, Trey, I'm looking for you, Trey, because you're the first person that I would like to talk to. Trey was here at the very beginning of the show, and Trey was saying that Biden is the real criminal in the White House. Trey, you thought I forgot about you, huh? So Trey, or any of your kind out there, if there's anyone out there that got evidence of Joe Biden's crimes, I would love to hear from you. Seriously. Anyone out there? Anyone out there got proof, ironclad proof, that President Biden is a criminal? You please send Zeus a guest request. And you got to have the screenshot to back it up. All right, let's go. All right, who do we got next? Who do we got next? All right. You've been waiting to talk. I've been seeing you for the past couple of days, my friend. How are you doing, my friend? Rican, Texas.
Hey, Zeus, what's up? How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
All right.
All right. What
First
brings
time
you to
caller.
Oh, this is your first time? I'm following you, I guess. All right, well, then you know what? I got to ask you the questions, my friend. Ready?
Ready.
First question. Do you believe the 2020 presidential election was rigged?
No.
Let's go. Good answer. Next question. Who would you say is responsible for the attack on the United States Capitol on January 6th?
Donald Trump and his minions.
Last and final question. Do you think President Joe Biden is guilty of any crimes?
No.
Let's go. All right. Those are the answers. All right. What brings you to the show, my friend?
Jesus. What doesn't? These MAGA demons.
Yeah.
Can't they just admit that they are voting for a crook and a rapist? Can't they just admit that?
I wish I could give you the
just
answer.
Wasting our time over here. You know, I'm of the opinion now that there's nothing we can do with them. Their brains are fried, and you know, there's no help. What we have to do is try to get those who are in the unsure, you know, that about not voting, and get more people to vote and get these clowns out of there and under the rock for the next 4 years.
Yeah. That's what this is all about, right? What part of the country are you in, if you don't mind?
I live in Texas in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Oh,
and
shout out to
problem with immigrants.
Oh, you don't have a problem with immigrants out there?
No.
Wow.
They're all working over here.
What about you? I've heard of this group, Latinos for Trump. Have you heard of this group?
Yeah, that's like roaches for raid, right?
Roaches for raid. Why do you think they're supporting Donald Trump and the MAGA movement, though? Honestly,
they got an IQ of 20, maybe.
Low IQ. Interesting. I've never heard that one. It's like, to me, when I hear these people, I'm saying to myself, Do you really know who Donald Trump is? Do you really understand American history and what, throughout American history, how people from your ethnicity group were treated? It seems like they don't know.
I just don't understand how these people could have or even think that a man could hold that highest seat and the most powerful seat in the world and be a rapist, a thief, a liar. He lies like every day he lies. Even when he's sleeping, he lies. I don't understand it.
Yeah, tell him.
So they just, I don't know, it's crazy. Why would you have a man, so here's my choice, a man that lost 4 million jobs and tanked the economy, or a man that has regained those jobs that were lost and added more jobs. So if we're going to go by the metrics that he put up, all we heard about was jobs, the stock market is stock market, and low unemployment. And that's exactly what we got. Lots of jobs, high stock market, and low unemployment. I think he deserves another 4 years.
You think
just
Biden,
based on that alone?
You think Joe Biden deserves another 4 years?
Yes, sir. The country is moving forward. We're not going backwards. 4 years ago, the country was shut down. Right now, 4 years ago today, in April, we couldn't even find enough food for everybody.
Right. There you go.
The country was on lockdown.
Yep. This is the America we were living in. Thank you. This is the America we were living in under Donald Trump. Well, listen up, Rican Texas. I got to move it on. I'm on an abbreviated schedule, my friend. But listen, I appreciate you having the courage to come up here to tell the truth and to shame the devil, all right?
Thank you, brother.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Rican Texas. No lies detected. See, ladies and gentlemen, we got listen. This isn't coordinated. This is just random Americans that are getting on the show and sharing out what they know. And it's a resounding heck no when it comes to Donald J. Trump and his MAGA demons. All right? Snuggles.
Hello.
Yeah. What's going on?
Bro, it's great to see you. It's been a while. How you doing?
Oh, I'm all right.
Good.
Yeah.
Bro,
the only thing I'm talking about with MAGA is this New York case.
I do have a quick question though. Biden's uncle
Are you
is
okay?
a cannibal.
Are you getting enough sleep? It looks like you're not handling this. Trump
I know. Hey, listen, Biden's uncle is a cannibal. What was that all about in his speech yesterday?
Wait, Snuggles. I gotta check in with you, bro. How are you handling Donald Trump in court? How are you handling that?
He's gonna win that case. It's gonna be.
What are you doing on a personal level?
Well,
to deal
with the
that?
case in New York, it's really going good because you want to know what the federal investigation didn't take it at a federal case. They didn't take that, right? Didn't go to court. And then the DA before Alvin Bragg didn't take the case because the case makes no sense.
You're struggling to get it out. I know it's hard to process.
No.
I didn't
Listen,
ask you.
Bro, what about Biden's uncle being a cannibal? I didn't hear you talking about that.
But I'll talk about that. But
what about Mayorkas?
I'm trying to check in.
What about the impeachment? We got thousands of people, millions of people coming through the border.
Oh, but
you haven't mentioned any of that. We've got New York immigrants that don't have jobs. They're taking over the city hall because they can't find jobs for the migrants.
Okay, can we?
You haven't talked about that. Biden's in control of that.
Okay, we'll talk about that in the closet of truth.
In the closet of truth. You don't mention anything about Mayorkas and the failure of the Senate, the Democratic Senate, bro.
But I would love to know how you're dealing.
But what, dude? You're losing. Dude, Biden is losing. Not even on Trump. You guys are so up Trump's ass that you're not even paying attention here.
Snuggles, can I?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, how are you handling Trump having to go to court?
Dude,
I'm not
there's
talking
zero.
about,
how many convictions are there? Zero.
No,
you guys haven't even convicted him. I've been with you for 3 years here. 0 convictions, 2 lawsuits pending appeal, and liable's not a crime.
Snuggles,
bro, you're losing.
What was my question?
How am I handling it? Bro, I'm handling... Dude, I wake up with a smile every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why are you struggling to tell us you're feeling good about this?
Oh,
okay
bro,
that
is this you talking? Are you telling me how I feel?
Yeah,
is that how you narrate? Is your narration doing well? Bro, your narrating is horrible. You have zero convictions. There's nothing for any Republican to worry about.
Snuggles. So you feel good about Trump having to go to court?
I feel great that the Senate, that the Democratic Senate is failing the American people. Listen to me here.
No, you
Mayorkas
said you feel good that
has
Trump
failed
is...
the American people. 8 million people come through during the Biden administration. Many children are missing, and Biden don't care. And you guys are talking about Donald Trump that happened, all these crimes that happened 6 years ago.
So in other words, you're struggling, right? You're suffering.
No struggle here. No struggle here. No struggle here. Tara Reid, okay? Don't mention E. Carroll. Tara Reid.
All right, Snuggles, that's enough of you. All right.
Until you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Snuggles what he deserves. All right. Around the booze and shame.
Struggle bubbles, struggle pancakes, struggle honey buns, struggle in the weight. Yeah, he's a struggler.
I was just asking how you felt, bro. All of that other stuff you're talking about, that's for the birds. And it seems to me like you're in denial. I diagnosed you. You know how y'all like to diagnose President Joe Biden? I just diagnosed you, Snuggles. You're in denial right now and you're suffering, bro. I've never seen you look so terrible. It's like you're not eating or something, bro. That's how it feels when Donald Trump is in that courtroom. To you Trump supporters, woo! I am so glad that Snuggles let us know he's still hanging on. Because Snuggles, when the trial gets into full swing and the evidence starts coming out, I'm going to ask you to come on back up here with that same level of energy, champ. I really am. All right, let's bring up our next panelist. All right, good morning, Ange. How are you doing? I know you're on vacation. How are you doing, Ange?
Good morning. I still wouldn't miss this. I still wouldn't miss your show. How's it going?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
So they're interviewing right now a woman that was dismissed from being a juror, right?
Oh, really?
And apparently she answered that she would, he's too orange for her.
Oh, that's what she said?
Yes. This woman's hilarious. She was straight up like, I can't be biased. She's basically a whole, POS or whatever. But conservative Democrat and Retribution seem to have a lot of concerns about me, about where I live, and now they're concerned for my husband apparently. So first of all, can I just show you where I'm staying real quick? Do you mind if I show you?
Go for it.
Okay, I'm going to show you.
Okay. So conservative Democrat and Retribution. This one's for you.
Yep. Let me.
It's another. These.
There's an awful lot of concerns.
Wow.
So I'll get a little closer here. Get a little closer. Zeus, this is quite the view that I get to see every morning for the next week. Isn't this beautiful?
Retribution.
Don't be concerned. I'm here on vacation for the next week, and I'm probably going to go live later by the pool. And looking then we have over here. Wow. So Ange is okay.
Wow.
Yep. And there's a lot of concern.
I think I can see. Okay, I think I see Retribution and conservative Democrat down there. Ange, can you show us the street over there?
Ew! But I'm not going down.
They're in the streets. They're in the streets behind you somewhere. Way back there. You see them way back there. Yeah, I see Retribution.
Way over there, probably.
Retribution. You can't. Wow. How are you doing this, Ange?
So, look at this. This is cool.
We're
going to go jet skiing tomorrow.
Jet skiing.
Don't be concerned. Yes, that's on the docket for tomorrow. My husband's going to do some golfing. They're really concerned for him, so I just wanted to let y'all know he's okay.
There he is. Hello, Mr. Ange.
He exists. He's there. You know what he's doing now? He's still working. He's like that. He's a workaholic.
Yeah.
He went out for a run this morning.
Wow. You hear that, Retribution and conservative Democrat?
You might want to try it.
Yeah,
and you can do things like this. If you have a good husband that works, you can do things like this. So I'm okay. Don't worry about me. You know, don't worry about Dubs. He's doing well. But they have come in. I want to say hello. I know they missed me.
Is Mr. Nice Guy around? Is Mr. Nice Guy around? Perhaps we can.
I have not seen him this morning.
Mr. Nice Guy, we would love for you to come in again, and we can do one of these again. It seems like you've woken up the demon, Mr. Nice Guy. All right, come on in here and brag about your wealth.
Where are y'all? I just wanted to let you know, Mr. Ange is fine. It's kind of hard to drag him away from his work, but this is what he likes to do for his family.
Yeah.
He has a family, a lovely family. I bet they don't.
Nope.
I bet they don't. They're pathetic. That's why they're in here being mean to everyone.
Wow.
But,
Wow.
Go get jobs, you know, then you can do things like this.
Tell them, Ange.
But anyway, not much political. Just I thought it was funny about that woman dismissed because Trump is too orange for her.
Exactly. Well, she's doing the right thing and making sure it's a fair jury.
Yes, and that's, you know what, that is a very good point. So I don't want to hear them crying about that. They're going to do their hard work and get a fair jury, and I can't wait. How many juries are we up to that they've selected?
I don't know. I haven't paid attention.
Last I knew it was 7.
7. Okay, then it's still at 7.
Okay,
wow.
I'm not sure because I kind of missed yesterday, but we're all good here. Thank you for your concern, Retribution and Conservative Democrat. I appreciate you. All right. Anyway, so y'all have a good day. I might be on live later, so watch for me.
I'm going to join you wherever you go, Ange. And great job in letting Retribution and Conservative Democrat know you're being well taken care of. All right.
Yes, we're all good. We're all good down here. Okay, thanks everyone. Have a great day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Ange a round of applause. No lies detected.
Can you drop me?
I
don't have the thing. Can you drop me? It's weird.
Yes, I can. Oh, yes, no problem. Yes. Who's this that said vote red? Who's saying vote red? Ladies and gentlemen. No. We don't vote red over here. All right. Please refrain from messing, polluting my chat. All right. Seriously, Joanne, please. Yeah. Joanne, no. Maybe you're still under that MAGA delusion, but that's not what we do over here. You see, it says vote blue. We care about our democracy. All right. None of us want to report to Donald Trump ever. All right. You go take that to your friend, your cult leader, Snuggles. All right. Let's bring up our next panelist. Oh my goodness, my good friend, the beautiful Straight Facts. Good morning, Straight Facts. How are you doing? I think it's connecting. I'm so sorry. Hold on, let's let that signal punch through. Come on now, let that signal punch through. Straight Facts, go ahead and come on now. Yeah, we're getting them.
All right, I think it's in here. Am I in here?
Yeah, yes.
All right, cool. What's going on, Zeus? How you been in the kingdom?
Oh, I'm all right. Just doing what I can out here on these TikTok streets. How about you?
Right. Well, I'm doing what I can too. This morning we had a few guests on here, and I wanted to make sure that we talked about that both sidesism. You know how they like to say both sides are the same.
One bird, two two wings of the same bird?
Yeah, two sides of the same coin, or whatever they say, that stupid stuff. But I just want all the young people to understand, don't listen to that rhetoric. We know it's not two sides of the same coin. They're trying to muddy the water up. You got one guy that's sitting behind a defense table, a criminal defense table, and you got one guy that's doing a wonderful, awesome job turning us around away from Donald Trump, and that's Biden. There is no two sides of the same coin. They're just trying to say that to make you feel like both are evil, or both are not worth picking, so we could tear down this system and start over. But think about this. Think about that, and that's another thing they like to say, tearing down this system and start over. You hear that a lot, right?
Yeah.
Well, what I think about when they say that is mighty funny. They didn't want to tear down that system and start over when they were incarcerating people that look like you and I, right?
Right.
That was fine.
That's what gets me when they go, Zeus, don't you really trust the federal government? And I'm saying to myself, welcome to the party.
Right. So now all of a sudden you guys don't trust the judicial system that took away a lot of our relatives, our people incarcerated, our people putting numbers on them and enslaved them in the penal system. You all of a sudden want me to believe that you are on our side about it? No.
We was telling y'all that a long time ago.
A long time ago, Zeus. No, you're only saying that now because Donald Trump is a part of the said system. He is now in that system. See, it's easy to get in this system, but it's hard to get out. And Donald Trump will soon understand that, won't he?
Oh, I like what you just said, because that's some real stuff. That's some real spill where I'm from, what you just said.
You already know what time it is.
Yeah.
Once you get that number, it's hard to give that number back.
Yep. And all of a sudden, now they want to say, oh, the FBI is corrupt. Oh, really?
All of a sudden.
Really?
Well, you know what? They ain't that corrupt. I'm going to switch to the other side, too. Do y'all job, FBI alphabet people. Keep it up. Keep it up. You're doing a doggone good job. They're going in, and I'm going to say something else. See how they want to try to talk that shit and seem like, oh, excuse my language, they want to try to talk that mess and try to make it seem like we cheated in the election. Well, if you guys really believe that we cheated in the election, then we'll just cheat again. Let y'all tell it. I mean, this time we'll just do a better job. What you think, Zeus?
I think we should. Please, Hammer. Please, Hammer, don't hurt them, all right? Straight facts. You hurting these folks' feelings this morning.
I mean, mice. Well, let me say one more thing. Thank y'all for the gifts. I see y'all. Let me say one more thing before I get on up out of here.
Go ahead and cook they MAGA minds. Cook them.
Yeah, so you heard that a couple of the jurors just got let go on the New York case, right?
Right.
So we down to 5. So they think they doing something by intimidating these jurors. But check this out.
Talk to them.
The ones that are staying there are witnessing Donald Trump's criminality right in their face. Right in their face. It's right. It's what Donald Trump is being accused of. They're witnessing it.
Oh, you see? Wow.
You see how that works?
Wow.
Yeah. So how do you think that's going to bode for him when it comes down for them to start trying to figure out whether he's guilty or not?
Oh, they're going to go back there and deliberate.
Mm-hmm.
And they go for it.
Go ahead, Zeus.
No, when they go back there and they deliberate, they're going to think about all that stuff he's been posting on his True Social platform, huh?
Yep.
Him falling asleep in court, right? He was falling asleep in court doing like this. Oh, wait a second. Oh, so you don't think this is an important thing, huh? We all got dressed up to come here, but you just think it's a little place to catch a nice nap after you've been up all night on True Social?
They're watching all of his shenanigans right in their face. So MAGA, y'all think y'all run around here being smart, muddying up the waters, having this fake equivalency of Biden and Trump, keep on hollering that he's not going to be found guilty, keep lying on TikTok all day. Guess what?
What's that?
That's not going to do you any good because Trump can't shut up and he can't stop criming. So as long as he's a crimer, the more evidence we're going to have. And don't forget, he stood outside the courtroom and admitted to writing those checks for them.
He did? Oh,
yes, he did.
Wow.
So there you go there. So now we're going to sit back, get your ice cream, your cake, your devil's lettuce, your shots, whatever you need to celebrate.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a celebration. We're going to get to have 4 celebrations on the back of Donald Trump once he's indicted. Once he's convicted for these 4 indictments.
Amen.
And then we're going to also have another celebration when Joe Biden becomes your president again.
Amen. Straight
All right. Well, that's all I had to say. You know,
that was a lot right there. You put your foot on the gas and you didn't take it off the whole time with these.
Hey, I likes to get it in. You already know, all gas, no brakes. All gas, no brakes, baby. That's why they call me Straight Facts.
Amen. Amen. I love it and I appreciate you. All right, and I keep on doing the good work, Straight Facts. I love you. All right. Seriously.
All right. Love you too, Zeus. And you guys have a wonderful day. Y'all stay safe out here in the kingdom, because y'all know these folks is acting a fool right about now. So keep your eyes and ears open.
All right, all right, all right. With that, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Straight Facts a round of applause. It's over, MAGA. It really is over. This is why we can do these shows now. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yeah, we get unlimited content here on out with Donald Trump in that courtroom. And there's nothing you Trump supporters can say about it, all right? Nothing. He could keep campaigning at liquor stores all he wants. Oh my God, this is so hilarious. It really is hilarious. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Shay. How are you doing? The beautiful Shay.
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing?
All right. Just another day in the kingdom doing God's work.
It really is. It really is. Oh my gosh. Angie, love where you're staying, honey. And I'm so glad she's having a wonderful time. It was funny. The Retribution said that it looked like a cheap hotel.
Oh.
I think all he has to do is Google actual hotels on the beach in Pensacola.
I mean, is he an expert?
You'll find none of them are cheap.
I know, right? Is Retribution an expert at cheap hotels or something? Does he know something we don't know? Right?
No, it's definitely not cheap. You can tell that. But anyway, it's ridiculous. They're just ridiculous. I don't even know why we give them attention.
Oh, yeah. Well, sometimes I get it. We gotta hurt their feelings here and there. It's okay. It's okay.
No, I know.
It's okay.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, there's interesting stuff going on here. So yeah, we did lose, or not we, it's not our trial, but anyway, one of the jurors, there were 7, and then now we lost one because she actually went to the judge this morning and said that her identity had been released. She didn't feel, with everything going on, that she would be able to do a good job. And it's very, very sad. I have not seen this before in any sort of trial. Wow. You know, that the information, it was almost so detailed. She had people blowing up her phone going, "Is that you? Are you on the jury?" She had a lot of friends asking her, because so much of the description of her being an oncologist, et cetera,
oh, the nurse,
people asking her, if that was her. And she's like, "I can't do a good job if people know who I am," right? And so this is a problem that they're going to have. And so whoever's leaking the information on these jurors needs to stop. Like, it's already tough enough to give him a fair trial, which I want him to have a fair trial.
Yeah.
I don't want this to go into appeals, and because he's due the Sixth Amendment in the Constitution, right?
Yeah.
So he needs to have a fair jury of his peers, a trial by jury, and so this needs to be done right. And so they need to stop releasing who these jurors are and giving more information. I just hope that the judge can get that under control in some way, or they're just going to have to kick out the media.
Yeah.
It's absolutely absurd. Also, the prosecution brought up that he went against the gag order over 7 times since Tuesday. And so it'll be curious to see how the judge handles that. He may address that, I guess, at some point today to see what they're going to be doing about that. He may be fined. I don't think he'll go right to jail. I think he'll do the fining first, and then we'll see how that plays out. But he just can't keep his mouth shut. He also had his phone out. You're not supposed to have your phone. So,
tell him.
Yeah, he had his phone, and so his own attorney Blanche got onto him and said, "Put it away." And supposedly he was all upset about that. He's so bored. Like, he's just like, "I don't want to be here. I want to know what people are saying. I want to control the media. This is not fair."
No, that's not what he's there to do. He's there to actually fight for his freedom and his life. That's it. Yeah. None of that other stuff.
Exactly. He needs to be paying attention. And I don't know why he's hosting the president of Poland. I don't know what's going on there. It's the craziest thing. First of all, it is so hyper rare that we've had an ex-president rerun for office. Once they lose their only term,
right,
they're usually gone, right? And so I don't see there's a possibility of him being reelected because once you get fired by the American people, they really don't want you back. You got fired for a reason, right? So it's really not leaning that way for him. Like I just don't see a lot of the odds are against him.
Yeah.
Plus, Biden's approval rating has climbed from 41% to 43%. So that
tell him, Shay.
And he is out campaigning with the Kennedy family. The
Let's
Kennedy
go.
family is campaigning with him today because they know that RFK is not right in the head. And so they are absolutely going against Junior, I should say.
Amen.
Are absolutely going against their own family member because they know that his agenda is not right for the American people, that he is
Amen.
He's got to screw loose. And so they don't want any Democrat to accidentally vote for him because his last name is Kennedy.
Right.
They don't understand that he's absolutely not a Democrat. All you have to do is read his agendas and know what he's for. So it'll be interesting. So anyway, there's good news on the horizon.
Good.
Things are going well. So so that's kind of a little bit of an update going on. And anyway, I think that's all I got. So
well, listen up, Shay. I appreciate it. All right, and as always, take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. All right,
absolutely, I will. You do the same. I'll be
all
off
right.
to work. Yes.
Okay.
J-O-B. Yes.
Off to work. All right. Listen.
Off to work.
You know what they say? Liberals are lazy, but you're proving them to be liars, right?
Yeah, I think we proved we're not liars and we're living off the government. Yeah, exactly.
Bingo. Bingo. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Shay a round of applause. She does work retribution. You don't. You don't work retribution. You've never seen anything outside of your city. I know that. I can tell by the way that you talk. All right, let's move it along. All right, listen, we only got 15 more minutes, all right? Retribution. What's going on? Retribution. Yeah. What's going on?
What's going on, brother?
What do you want to talk about?
I just had a quick question.
Okay, yeah, make it quick because I'm on a bit of a tight schedule. What do you want to say to me? Because you've been sending these requests repeatedly. What's the issue?
Did you review that website I sent you about Day 6?
Actually, no. I don't take links from you that could be linked to terrorist organizations.
Tomorrow we're gonna talk about it.
You got a screenshot? You got a screenshot of it? Because you know what that
I
little
added
clickbait,
you in the video. I added
that
you in the
clickbait
video.
stuff that you are the video with E. Jean Carroll?
No.
Oh, okay. Then I haven't seen the video. Listen, I don't trust links from MAGA because I know they're going directly to Vladimir Putin. You're trying to get people's IP. Yeah. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Yeah. Well, you want to know what's funny, Retribution? I'll tell you what's funny. All right.
Oh, it's funny, man.
That's funny to me, right? Goodbye, Retribution. That was funny, right? Retribution, you gotta admit, that was kind of funny. Yeah. Don't send Zeus no links from one of your little conspiracy theory websites. I know that trick. If you don't got the screenshot, we can't talk about it, all right? And that's serious. I'm serious about that. Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. All right, go. Good morning, CC. How are you doing this morning, CC?
Good morning, my handsome, humble, and most honest host.
Yes. Right, all right.
How you doing, my buddy?
I'm all righty. I'm all right. How are you?
Well, Zeus, I think we're making MAGA sick.
How?
Our truth.
Oh, yeah. They don't like me in some of these lives anymore. You know that, CC, right?
Oh, and they don't like me either.
Good. Because see, they're running from the truth, and my thing is, I get it. You want to put your head down when we start talking facts, right? Right now, none of these folks on TikTok, they don't want to talk about Donald Trump in the courtroom. They don't.
Oh no. Truth hurts.
Yeah.
Truth hurts. It's painful. We understand. We know where you're coming from, but a couple days ago, I kept getting muted from live, and you would bring me back, and they proceeded to lie on me in the comments until finally I got in the box.
Yeah.
And it was a screaming match as usual. And yesterday when I went back into that same live,
yeah,
the one individual was not feeling so well.
Oh.
Someone asked her, "What's wrong?" She said, "I have a migraine because of those MFers last night." So, we were the MFers.
They don't listen. You don't got a migraine because of Zeus. You got a migraine because you've been on TikTok lying all day. All right, seriously.
And I got something to say to conservative Democrat.
He's here. Go ahead, Cece.
Yes,
let him know.
And I told him if I get the opportunity to come up in your live, I was bringing up his name. I've asked him 3 or 4 times.
Talk to him.
After your live yesterday, he and Retribution have been DMing me, And so, conservative and myself, we were back and forth for a good probably 3 hours.
Oh, 3 hours.
Yes. And then I said to him, Mike, oh my God.
Mike Lee.
Yes. I said, Mike Lee is a clown. And he said, who is that?
Oh.
He did not even know who the man was.
Conservative Democrat has Zeus derangement syndrome. Him and Retribution. Did you know that?
Oh, yes. Yes. I mean, your name came up several times in our conversation.
Wow.
He said that he's coming back 10 times stronger. He's coming back. But guess what he did?
What did he do? What did he do, Cece?
He made his account private and blocked me.
Oh! Weak. You're a weak man, conservative Democrat. Very.
So
wow.
Zeus, we're making them sick one at a time.
Yeah. Well, that is something else. Well, keep up the great work, all right, Cece?
Thank you, buddy. You do the same. You're doing well.
I appreciate you and all that you do. All right, stay on them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Cece a round of applause. All right, you too. Sorry, I'm trying to go as fast as I can, ladies and gentlemen. All right, please forgive me. All right. Good morning, Miss Boss Diva, my partner in crime. How are you? I am all right.
My handsome brother.
All right.
You know what?
What's that?
Snuggles looks like crap.
He does.
Oh my God.
I know. He's not really handling this Trump thing, all right, very well.
I never thought that I would see him look so terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he hasn't shaved. He hasn't had any sleep. He probably hasn't had no food and water. He looks like he was just, let out from a dungeness basement somewhere. Oh my God, that was horrible.
Wow. Why didn't he
turn that camera on and I was like,
Yeah. Snuggles, if you're listening, get help, bro.
Yeah, go take a bath.
Yeah. Oh, well, listen. Oh my God. Yeah.
And make sure you use a washcloth too.
Yeah.
And I love the way you dropped Retribution. That was funny.
Yeah. He didn't see it coming, right? He didn't see it coming. He said he thought he was going to get Zeus, but I ended up showing him who got who.
Right.
And I hope you've learned a lesson, Retribution.
I doubt it.
Did you send the link I sent? Did you look? No. You have zero credibility, Retribution. Why would I click on a link you sent to me?
That is just so funny. But I was reading an article. I came across about Marjorie Taylor Greene, right? But it's actually Jared Moskowitz, right?
Oh yeah.
He decided that he's found the perfect job for Marjorie Three Toes, right?
Yeah.
And he says that he's going to submit an amendment that would make her the official representative of Russian President Vladimir Putin. Since she's already,
she's definitely qualified.
Yeah, she blocking aid to Ukraine, you know, empowering him even more. He said, well, you might as well. Might as well make, you know, her the official representative, right?
Ray, no one's lying.
We don't have time to lie. You guys do. You guys spend your entire day lying and misinformation and propaganda all day. We don't have time for that. But I thought that was funny.
Thank you.
Because, you know, really, I mean, we thought it was a joke when we first heard about it yesterday. They wrote about it. And then today he actually submitted it as an amendment to make her the, you know, the official representative, because, you know, she just keeps on interrupting the process, you know, with Mike Johnson and everything. 'Cause he wants to send the Ukraine aid. He wants to do that now because he understands that it's imperative that we, you know, send that assistance to them.
It's over. He has no other choice but to do it or lose his job.
That's right. Well, you know, and he's actually risking, you know, the whole thing, right? So because that's why she want to throw him out. But, you know, she's doing nothing really but opening the door for Hakeem Jeffries.
Amen.
You know, eventually to take over the gavel, and, you know.
She's literally summoning the blue wave in a way, right?
Absolutely.
She's conjuring the blue wave in a way, right? All right. There you go.
Bestie. Yeah, but that's just wild though. It's wild. He looked a mess. I really did have to comment on that more so than anything. I was like, because I haven't seen him in a while.
Straight facts.
So
Tell him.
So terrible. Bubbles. But your bubbles are popped. You know.
Oh my God.
Your bubbles are done. You know.
Done, Snuggles. You're really done, bro.
And your buns are burnt. Snuggle buns, snuggle pancakes, all of that. You are just Anyway, thank you for having me up, Zeus. I appreciate you, brother. You know I love you very much.
All right, and I love you as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up the beautiful Miss Boss Diva. Thank you, Miss Boss Diva. I'm so sorry. All righty then. All right, let's bring up Takesha. Good morning, Takesha.
Hey, Zeus.
Yeah.
I just came up to say two quick things. You ever stayed on the beach?
Yes.
In a hotel or condo?
In a hotel.
Okay, they're very expensive, correct?
Correct.
I'm starting to think that because Retribution only vacations in a trailer park that he hit his trailer to on that wooden fence, that he doesn't even understand how much rooms are on the beach.
Retribution. Have you ever...
Just because they got that kiddie pool with that sandbox in the front of his trailer, that don't mean you at the beach, baby. Y'all make yourself sound real low money having when you come in on ridiculous stuff that don't even make any sense. Bingo. Put that trailer hitch up, try to get Mimo to let you know, get a little gas, and see if you can go to the beach, and then you'll see that when you get there, you probably gonna have to hitch that trailer up to one of them beach fronts. But you know, you'll still be down now, so you can understand that nothing is cheap when you on the beach.
Woo! That's a bar! That was for you, Retribution!
That's for you, Retribution. You're pitiful. You're ridiculous. You're making it seem like you make $5.10 an hour, not even minimum wage. Let it go. Leave that lady alone. I'm sick of y'all.
Yeah.
Enough is enough.
Yeah.
Y'all want her. That's the problem. But she already know y'all can close y'all thighs fully standing up, so there's no reason for her to get with y'all.
Tell them, Takesha, you hear this, Retribution? This is your daily dose of it.
Fully
Take it.
Standing up. You don't even have a gap between your legs because you got nothing down there to separate your thighs. Going on somewhere. All right, Zeus, bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Takesha. No lies detected. Retribution. You know what that was, Retribution? What Takesha just gave you? Let me go ahead and help you understand what that was. That was what we call a fatality. You're done, bro. You have zero credibility in this kingdom, Retribution. You and Jay Bear and conservative Democrat and all of those who like to hang out in that little nasty space on TikTok and lie, zero credibility. And get this, Donald Trump is still in court. Remember when you said the charges were going to get dropped and dismissed? Nope, turns out they haven't been. All right. Yeah, right, Dark DJ Kitty, be quiet. All right, Nutty, you're my last one. Good morning. How you doing, champ? I got to get up out of here.
You really brought me up after that.
Yeah. We got to get the truth out.
After Takesha.
Yeah.
So anyway, I cannot. That recording that you play in your monologue of the fertilizer. What's her name?
Yeah. When Marjorie.
No. The one that's the fertilizer now. The one who got unalived at the.
Oh, Ashley Bobbitt.
That I need some earplugs. That voice, it carries. That voice is just horrible.
Yeah.
But anyway, I wanted to talk about Bill Barr.
Okay,
I wanted to talk about Bill Barr, how he came out and said that a second Trump presidency would be detrimental to the United States of America. And then today he's going to support the Republican candidate.
Yeah, ain't that something?
And y'all say that y'all love America.
Cherry.
I'm just gonna keep being the robot who repeats himself from now until the election.
Talk to him.
You all have no credibility. That's why you all don't believe what Bill Barr said when he told Donald Trump that the election was not stolen.
Oh.
That's why y'all don't believe him, because he indiscriminately lies, just like your leader. Just like your leader.
Wow.
And also the simple fact that we do know for a fact that a lot of crimes were not even investigated during the Trump DOJ because he stopped investigations. So, retribution. So, all of you other MAGA demonites out there, stop. You have no leg to stand on. Just stop.
Stop it.
It's okay to get in the box and tell the truth, as we always say, and shame the devil, and just come in the box and say, I'm voting for Donald Trump because I'm a racist piece of crap.
Bingo.
I'm voting for Donald Trump because I don't think women should have autonomy over their own body.
Bingo.
I'm voting for Donald Trump because I think that only men, white men with land, should vote and own anything. Yeah. I'm voting for Donald Trump for all of these things. And at least we could have somewhat of a piece of respect for you getting in the box telling the truth. I mean, we will roast your butt.
Yeah, he's not the truth.
But at least you're telling the truth, because we all know at this point why you're voting for Donald Trump. Correct. Because you don't make enough money. You do not make enough money, Retribution. You do not make enough money, HVAC.
HVAC. Oh, you went after him too? Wow.
You do not make enough money for these tax cuts that Donald Trump is giving his friends, for those tax cuts to affect you.
Yep.
You don't make enough.
Thank you.
So I'm sorry to tell you, you're in the same club that we are. You're in the same club that we are. And you're simping for a man who wouldn't spit on you if you were on fire in front of him.
Bingo. Let that sink in, MAGA. Let
Zeus,
that sink in.
Have a wonderful day, my friend.
All right, my brother. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Nutty Professor King Nutty a round of applause. No lies ejected. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen. We have reached that point in the show where I must now officially land this airplane, and I must allow you all to depart and go on about your day, all right? You all deserve a round of applause for hanging in there. What a show. All right, but before we get up out of here, I want to give a special round of applause to all of my subscribers, to all of my gifters, to the moderators, and to the panelists. You all do an excellent job helping to keep this show exciting, engaging, and entertaining. But you know what we got to do? We got to give one final round of booze and shame for all of the Zeus haters out there. They got Zeus derangement syndrome. They have a terrible case of it, right? These are our haters, our critics, and our detractors. Those who continue to peddle misinformation and disinformation on behalf of Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin, as well as hatred, evil, bigotry, racism, misogynistic stuff and behavior on behalf of Donald Trump and his legion of MAGA demons. Let's give them all their final round of booze and shame. Silence, you MAGA demons. All right, and on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get up out of here. Take care and stay safe out here in those TikTok streets. and don't do nothing I wouldn't do, all right?
Most handsome in the kingdom.
And I really am the most handsome. And I really do mean that. You ready for your theme song? Dark IT Lady, thank you. Nathan's mom, thank you. You got a new picture. I see you. Nice picture, Nathan's mom. Rick, C, I see your new picture too. I know you've had it for a while, but good one. CC. All right, Queen Flea. Let's go. Carol. All right, Callie Love. Yvonne. Hey, PA. Woo. You can go look at 3 Crossing PA. That's my artist name. All right, you can go find all my music on wherever you get music at. Mount Negro. Jonathan, thank you. Jeffrey, thank you. Yvonne, thank you. Woo! Heaven! What a galaxy out there. Keep up the great work. All right, Lex, I was wondering where you were, champ. Come on back. Jedi, see ya. All right, RC Dub, see ya. Swerving, I know you out there, brother. I can feel your presence. Flow Girl. Zena, thank you. Hey, Cole, yeah, thank you. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare. I knew you were here, Swerve. Idaho, yeah. Look at Rick. Lady Rima, yes. Let's go. Carol, little off my man. Dark Jazzy, thank you for the hat. All right. Xavier, let's go. Mount Negro, Mystica, let's go. Carol, thank you for the hand card. If you play around with love, then you're guaranteed to lose. I didn't make the game, I ruled. Retribution, you need to figure it out and get on the right side at some point. Reggie, let's go. Hey. Time to let loose with the truth. Yeah, grab your goose. Hey, Irene, thank you, my man. Mr. Silk, I see you out there. All right. That's right, Zena. All right, DJ Kitty Cat, thank you so much. All right, listen, MAGA, it's over. It really is over, MAGA. And we're not letting up, all right? As long as Donald Trump is sitting in that courtroom, it's all good. Oh, guess what? He's not truthing. Why? Oh, because he's in court today. Good. Snuggles, you're losing, bro. All right. Thank you, PA.
I just want to find 11,000.
TikTok rocker. No retribution. We've lost. Uh-oh. Take a nap, struggle. All right, Reggie. Where you at, Reggie? Let's hit him with the Jack Smith remix.
He's deranged. Jack Smith. 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 He's deranged. Jack Smith.
He's deranged.
Jack Smith.
Hey!
Donald Trump is indicted and they take
one charge and they turn it into 36 charges.
And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater. And his wife is even more of a Trump hater.
All right.
Deranged Jack Smith. Every time the radical left Democrats, Marxists, communists, and fascists indict me, I consider it a great badge of courage.
Oh, and so do we. Keep up, Donald Trump, with those badges of courage. We got more for you, all right? Just hang on in there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get up out of here, but before I do, let me drop the bomb.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
That's right. You ain't black. You ain't nothing but a modern-day slave. I'm out of here, ladies.